Hello again. We are moving on to cumulative frequency graphs. This is lesson 4.7, so let's get started. We're going to start with a frequency chart. There were 120 test scores. 3 of those scores are between 0 and 10, 4 of them between 10 and 20, and so on down the table until we get to 22 scores between 90 and 100%. So that's all of the 120 scores. The first column is obviously the range of the scores, and the second column is how many scores were in that range. The third column is going to represent the total of the frequencies so far. So the total of the frequencies so far down the table. So obviously, once I look at just the first row of data, I've only got 3 test scores that I'm talking about. But then once I look at the first 2 rows, then I've got a total of 7 scores, the 3 scores plus the 4 scores. And add the next 4 scores and I will have 11. Add the next 7 scores and I will have 18. And I'm basically taking my total and adding the next number in the frequency column. So I'll add 8 next, and that will give me 26. 26 plus 10 is 36. 36 and 11 is 47. 47 and 18 is 65. 65 and 33 is 98. And 98 and 22 is 120. And so hopefully when I'm done, the number at the very bottom of the cumulative frequency column represents the number of scores that I'm actually dealing with, which was 120. So I know I've done everything right. Now I need to plot the points on my graph. So there's my graph. I'm going to start with 0, 0 because there were 0 people that scored 0, hopefully. And then I know that once I get to the 10th, or once I get to the 3rd student, I know that the maximum score there was a 10. So I will plot the point 10, 3. And then I will take the high score of the next score range, which is 20, look for that on the x-axis and plot a 7 above that. I will plot the point 30, 11, then 40, 18, 50 and 26, 60 and 36, 70 and 47, 80 and 65, 90 and 98, and 100 and 120. Okay, then I join all of those with a nice line. All right, and that's what a cumulative frequency graph looks like. So now we can calculate some values based on this graph. I can calculate the median. That's going to be the 60th score, or about the 60th score, maybe between the 60th and the 61st score. But I look on the y-axis and I find 60. I follow that to the graph and follow that to the x-axis, and that gets me a median of 79. Then if I want to find the lower quartile, that will be the 30th student. I'll follow that student to the x-axis, and that will get me a Q1 of 53. Q3 is the 90th student, so I'll follow that student and get a score of 89. So Q3 is 89. I can calculate other values as well, like percentiles. If I wanted to know the 90th percentile, that basically means 90% of the students scored what score or less. So 90% of the 120 students is 108. So if I follow the 108th student in the same manner, then I will get to about 94, so the 90th percentile would be 94. And that's how you calculate percentiles. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you tomorrow.